Welcome to Startup Finance Fundamentals, the Founder's Guide. In the next few minutes, we'll cover the essential financial metrics every startup founder absolutely must know to survive and thrive. And yeah, this program is brought to you by WE Rise, which is funded by the European Union and Sunrise Tech Park. Okay, so first, let's start with your most important profitability indicator. Gross margin. It's really simply your revenue minus the cost of goods sold, right? So gross margin validates your whole business model by measuring profitability before you even get to overhead costs like rent and admin expenses. You see high margins. We're talking typically 70 to 90%. That's what attracts investors and confirms your product's viability. If your margins are strong, you have a solid foundation to build on. Next, you really need to understand the balance between customer value and, well, cost. And this comes down to two critical metrics. First, there's CAC, or customer acquisition cost, which is just what you spend to get one customer, and then LTV, or lifetime value, which is all the revenue you'll earn from that same customer. So what's the golden rule? LTV must be greater than CAC, ideally by a really strong margin. That ratio is what drives sustainable growth. So remember, spend where the return is highest. Okay, now let's touch on basic accounting, your income statement. It sounds complicated, but it's a simple, really powerful tool. It just tracks money in, that's your revenue, and money out, your expenses. Your net income, which is just revenue minus all those expenses, shows whether you're profitable or, losing money. Now, the key principle here is to track every single cost meticulously. Don't overlook those hidden expenses like payment processing fees, insurance, shipping, taxes, all of it. There are literally no exceptions. From there, we figure out your survival time with two more critical metrics: burn rate and runway. So your burn rate is the cash you're spending each month, and your runway, that's how many months you have left. You just calculate it by dividing your remaining cash by your burn rate. Runway shows you the deadline, your deadline for reaching profitability or securing new funding. Yeah, these are absolutely essential for startup survival. And survival, well, it's key. Here's a pretty sobering fact. 82% of startups fail because of cash mismanagement. Wow, you just cannot afford to guess your numbers. You have to know your financials inside and out, and whether you're funded by investors or you're using your own personal savings, that financial control is your responsibility, right? It's how you protect your investment, your runway, and most importantly, your team. So how do you stay in control? Well, you need a comprehensive financial plan. Plan, track, adapt, set clear revenue goals, make projections. You have to define when you expect to break even, and then you track your key metrics, maybe weekly, and you use that data to adapt quickly, and you've got to secure sufficient cash reserves for both growth opportunities and, downturns. Data-driven decisions are what separate the survivors from the casualties. So let's recap. Take control of your finances today. Financial discipline is the critical foundation for your long-term success. Strong financial management isn't optional. It's the difference between thriving and becoming part of that 82%. So master these fundamentals, and you'll build a startup that lasts. Thank you for learning with We Rise. Now here's a question we'd like you to think about. Of all the metrics we just discussed, gross margin, the LTV to CAC ratio, burn rate, or runway, if you could only track one for the next month,